going on, y'all? So right now we up here doing the big three. We got it running underneath the truck, and it's coming out in the rear. We got a battery tray in the back. Got a 8K. That is an 8. Tripping. Then on this side we have 380s, AGM joints. Nice box. I love the back wall. Yeah, that's hot. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is start up front. We're starting with the big three. We'll clean up everything. We got an Ohio gin. Shout out to Tom from Ohio Gin. Of course, naturally, you would like to change your factory grounds. Factory functions, I'm leaving all the factory stuff alone. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that bolt right there, and we're gonna bring a ground wire over and run it down. And that's gonna give us a little bit more. All right, so went on and cleaned that up. That's what we're gonna hook up for the frame ground. Kind of similar to what the factory has. I don't like to loop over what they do, unless you're just replacing it. Now, if I don't like to loop over, replace it. If you're gonna do it, replace it. Then I'm gonna put one on the body structure too. All right, so here's a quick way to test for a good ground. There we go. All right, so got a digital voltmeter set to impedance. Connect your negative on to your battery. That's perfect world. So now you go to a good known factory ground. We got one right here. We read 1 ohm with resistance going through the whole system, the grounded system. Here's another ground, which is right there, going to the top of the engine. And it is reading 0.6, 0.6, The ground that we just added from our alternator going to our frame, I'm gonna test it down here at the frame. And we should be, here it is, 0.9. So we got a good frame ground now. Now we're about to test it right here to see if it's, I see a lot of corrosion. We're gonna clean this up though. Let's see what we get. That's not a good ground. Yeah, that ain't gonna be no good. Clean that ground up real good. I know y'all see rust, but it's actually scraped really, really well. Then we're gonna run that bolt over. Well, not even the big three, because we adding extra grounds. And we're gonna leave the factory grounds alone, but with the big three, battery, from the alt power line to your battery under the hood, that's if you got like an excess power AGM or something like that. And then both ground wires get replaced. And then you'll ground from the alt to the frame, and that's your big three. All right, so this is what's going on back here. Base 8K, Epic Center, 4-channel amp, nice little voltmeter. It's gonna read the amperage. So finish wiring everything up. I always highly suggest some type of hold down. This is temporary, but it's gonna work. Interesting. I like to come around and clean up all my terminals like every year or two. You know, I check them every year.
Yeah, because
every 2 years.
And all that still get in the car.
I take them up and just wire brush them all, make sure everything's nice and clean. Got a lot of wires free, make sure we're not pinching. And we're gonna get this sucker going. We're doing a reroute mission, making sure everything is going to be nice and safe. But before and after, The reason being is because on quite a few builds I've seen where these covers magically pop off, or you know, they rattle off, or somebody can actually hit it and it fall off. But until we can get it mounted, we definitely want to keep them covered and make sure that that cover don't come off. So that ain't gonna be no. Oop, let me get that out of there. See, that's why it's called a multimeter. It's a multifunction meter. We can grab washers and everything with it.